Lately, I have found myself withdrawing, becoming more distant from social interactions. It makes me wonder, am I changing or have I simply been trying too hard to fit into places that were never meant for me? I used to think my social skills were better, more effortless, but now it feels like they're slipping away. I've spent years searching for my people, believing that finding the right group would make everything click. But even when surrounded by others, there's still this lingering feeling of being on the outside. Belonging has always been elusive. Growing up, fitting into societal norms, especially in Korea, felt unnatural. That's when the decision to learn English came, an effort to see if another culture might provide the connection that was missing. I threw myself into it, almost to the point of erasing my Korean identity. I would memorize paragraphs, rehearse conversations, trying to make sure I would have something to say, something that would allow me to fit in. But in doing so, I started questioning myself. Was I being authentic or just a reflection of what I had learned? Then it hit me. This is how we all grow. We absorb, we imitate, we learn through repetition. But at some point, I realized I was losing touch with who I really was. I used to believe that being the loudest person in the room would make me stand out. I thought it would make me more likable, more noticeable. In hindsight, it feels embarrassing, but at the time, I didn't know any better. It was all part of the journey. Reaching fluency in English feels liberating now, but a quiet inner voice whispers that I don't need to prove myself anymore. It's exhausting to live in a constant state of performance. Now, after all that effort to fit in, there's a desire for stillness, for peace, for solitude. The irony of it all is hard to ignore. When I think about it, I don't really have anyone I can casually call up to hang out with. Deep, intimate friendships feel so far away, and as much as I wanted to be perceived as extroverted, I have to admit, I'm more introverted than I realized. But that doesn't mean I want to be confined to my couch, so I push myself to go out, to explore, to enjoy my day alone. It's liberating in its own way. I've noticed that I'm becoming more indifferent to my surroundings. It's not something I'm particularly proud of, but it has allowed me to grow more comfortable in my own company. I can now dine alone, walk alone, and find a sense of peace. Though I still avoid traditional Korean restaurants where the expectation of being with others feels stronger. The other day, I went to a social gathering, expecting to connect, to blend in, but instead I felt like I was just there, a spectator rather than a participant. It's disheartening when you can't seem to blend into a group. I catch myself wondering, is this even worth my time? Sometimes I observe the room, watching the flow of conversations, noticing who people gravitate toward, and yet I resist that pull. I refuse to follow just for the sake of following. Some days I put in the effort to maintain connections. Other days I let the urge fade away. But I've realized that none of this should stop me from living my life to the fullest. In social settings, we often lose ourselves in the flow, doing what the group wants just to fit in. And while it's fine, it's equally important to rediscover what we truly enjoy, whether with others or alone. In today's world, loneliness is not uncommon and it's okay. Sometimes, even when we're surrounded by people, we feel disconnected. The key is not to dwell on it, but to embrace the idea that solitude can be a choice, a space to grow, to reconnect with yourself. For so long, I relied on others to bring me happiness, forgetting how to be happy on my own. I attached my self-worth to being liked by everyone, constantly seeking validation. And while it's true that we're social beings, that we need community, I'm learning the importance of balance. These days, I find peace in the in-between. There's comfort in knowing that solitude and connection aren't opposites. They can coexist. Life isn't black and white, and I'm okay with that.